organized, the more organizations drain themselves. For 16 years, I have been supporting leaders who have chosen a different path, leading based on what is already working within the reality of the system. Less correction, more decision-making, more productive energy. Welcome to Vivant. Here we talk about leadership, the kind that builds on strengths and transformation, the kind that begins with a desirable vision and the very best of the organization and the people within it. Today we are discussing efficiency and a change of approach with appreciative inquiry. The goal is simple: stop exhausting ourselves trying to fix what is broken and finally capitalize on what is already performing well. To make this clear, let's start with a scene you know all too well. Monday morning, meeting room, on the whiteboard, problem, cause, action plan. And that ritual phrase, all right, let's start by reviewing the bottlenecks and the gaps. The result? An hour later, the list of problems has grown longer and the team's energy has collapsed. Let's be fair, this is no accident. We live in a professional world that constantly encourages us to focus on problems. We have this deep-seated belief: if I analyze the dysfunction long enough, I will eventually solve it. Almost all of our processes and management tools are focused on this paradigm, except that analyzing the breakdown is not enough to generate the energy needed for a restart. This is where appreciative inquiry comes in. Appreciative inquiry. These are two words that define a posture. Appreciative, to recognize value, to see the good, but also to gain value, like capital that appreciates. An inquiry, for investigation, discovery. It is literally the art of asking questions that generate value and seek out resources, whatever the circumstances. I have come up with my own definition. Appreciative inquiry is the intentional and obsessive search for resources in a world that inexorably draws us toward our limits, lacks, gaps, problems, and dysfunctions. I know this isn't a wellness method, but a performance lever. The idea is pragmatic. Whatever you focus your attention on grows. If you analyze failure, you become an expert in failure. If you analyze success, you discover the ingredients to reproduce it. Let's be direct, because I know what some are thinking. Okay, but looking at the positive, isn't that a bit naive when there are real problems? It is exactly the opposite. The trap is believing that you can solve a complex problem just by dissecting it. This isn't magic. It is a human mechanic validated by research. It is no coincidence that this approach is used by demanding leaders of complex organizations. They don't use it to be nice, but because they are looking for sustainable and proven models. Cognitive sciences confirm this. A collective brain that feels secure by highlighting its own strengths treats complexity much faster than a brain stuck in defense mode. Concretely, we change the nature of the conversation. We stop opinion-based questions and switch to experience-based questions. We look for internal data. Let's take two real cases. First case, your meetings are ineffective. The classic approach: why are our meetings ineffective? Answers: too long, no agenda, always the same people talking. You have a list of complaints, but still no method. This question invites theoretical reflection and a reminder of norms. The appreciative approach, yours starting tomorrow. Think back to a recent meeting here that was truly effective and useful. What did we do differently that day? Immediately, you isolate winning practices that already exist among you, a solid agenda, a decision made in 15 minutes. You aren't looking for a theoretical solution. You are replicating your own successes to gain efficiency. It draws upon experience to find resources. Second case, the war of silos. Two departments aren't talking anymore. Instead of auditing the barriers to cooperation, ask them, name a recent moment, even a short one, where collaboration was fluid between you. What was the trigger? You will discover unsuspected levers, a direct call instead of an email, a clear shared objective. And this is where it becomes interesting for your future. When a team realizes it has already succeeded in the past, it stops fearing uncertainty. You are no longer just doing problem management. You are unleashing innovation and boldness. This is the only way to build the future, leaning on a solid foundation to dare to test new ways of doing things. So, if you want to test the power of this tool right now, think of a project that is currently stalling. And instead of asking yourself, why is it stuck? Ask yourself this surgical question. When did I see this team move fast on a similar topic? What ingredients were present that day? How do I re-inject one of those ingredients this afternoon? You will see the change immediately. Less fatigue, more traction. I will end with this. You don't transform an organization through constraint. You transform it by changing the quality of conversations to create autonomy. Your challenge for tomorrow in a meeting, forbid yourself from asking, what is going wrong? Replace it with, what is already working and how do we amplify it to reach our goal? Test it and see the difference. If you want to go further and equip your approach, visit appreciativeinquiry.fr. Subscribe to the VIVVANT in French newsletter for concrete cases. Or dive into the reference books, AI5, How to Deploy the Full Power of Appreciative Inquiry in English and French. And of course, find us on the YouTube channel, Appreciative Inquiry France. Now it's your turn to play and enjoy.